Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leia Alqueza, and today I will be reporting about the Chapter 22, Rizal's Exile in Dapitan. Introduction. Jose Rizal was exiled to Dapitan in 1892 after being accused of subversive acts against the Spanish government. He stayed there for 4 years from 1892 to 1896. Instead of living in despair, Rizal transformed his exile into a period of growth and public service. He became a teacher, doctor, scientist, engineer, and community leader. His time in Dapitan showed that even in isolation, one can still serve their country with honor and purpose. Reasons for exile. The main reason why Rizal was exiled was due to his political activities, especially his role in organizing La Liga Filipina, a peaceful reformist group. Spanish authorities felt threatened by Rizal's influence and believed he was inspiring Filipinos to rebel. Without solid evidence, Governor General Dispuhol ordered Rizal's deportation to prevent further unrest. This shows how the Spanish colonial government tried to silence reformers, even those who used peaceful methods. Journey to Dapitan. Rizal left Manila on July 15, 1892 aboard the steamer Cebu. The voyage took several days, and he was accompanied by Captain Ricardo Carniquero, who would become a friend and supporter during his stay. During the journey, Rizal remained calm and reflective. Though uncertain about what awaited him, he faced exile with strength and determination. This journey marked the beginning of a new chapter where Rizal would shift from reformist writing to actual community service. Arrival in Dapitan. Rizal arrived in Dapitan on July 17, 1892. At first, he was placed under house arrest and lived with Captain Carnichero, the Spanish commandant. Though watched closely, he was treated fairly and respectfully. Over time, Rizal earned the trust of the authorities and the townspeople through his kind and intelligent personality. His arrival in Dapitan may have been forced, but it became the start of his transformation into a national symbol of peaceful reform. Life in Talisay, Dapitan. After a year, Rizal was allowed to live more freely in Talisay, a peaceful beachside area. He bought land using money from a lottery prize he had won, and there he built a home, school, and a small hospital. His life in Talisay was simple but full of purpose. He lived off the land, studied nature, taught children, and treated patients. It was here that Rizal showed how a true hero does not stop serving, even in isolation. Civic contributions. Rizal's presence in Dapitan greatly improved the town. He designed and built a water system to provide clean drinking water to the residents. He also helped plan and beautify the town plaza, making it more organized and pleasant. Rizal promoted cleanliness and better sanitation among the people. These civic works prove that Rizal was not just a thinker or writer, but a practical man of action who knew how to improve everyday life. Rizal as a teacher. Rizal opened a free school for local boys, where he taught academic subjects such as mathematics, science, Spanish, and reading. More than that, he taught practical skills like farming and carpentry. He did not accept money for tuition. Instead, students helped him in his garden. His goal was to form young Filipinos who were disciplined, intelligent, and nationalistic. Through this school, Rizal showed the power of education in nation building. Rizal as a doctor. As a trained ophthalmologist, treated people suffering from different illnesses, especially eye problems. He became a trusted doctor in Dapitan, known for his skill and compassion. He never refused patients even if they could not pay. One of his famous patients was George Toffer, the stepbrother of Josephine Bracken. Rizal's service in medicine proved that he used his education not for personal gain but for the welfare of others. Scientific research and work. During his stay, Rizal also devoted time to scientific studies. He collected samples of plants, shells, insects, and animals and sent them to European scientists. He studied nature closely and exchanged letters with scientific institutions abroad. He also wrote about anthropology and medicine. This shows Rizal's passion for learning and his desire to contribute to global knowledge, even while isolated from the rest of the world. Rizal and Josephine Bracken. Josephine Bracken came to Dapitan in 1895 with her stepfather, seeking treatment from Rizal. The two fell in love and decided to get married, but the church refused unless Rizal retracted his beliefs against the friars. Rizal refused to go against his principles, so they were never officially married. They lived together and sadly lost their only child shortly after birth. Their relationship showed Rizal's humanity, his ability to love, and his pain in losing a child. Departure from Dapitan. In 1896, Rizal asked permission to go to Cuba to serve as a doctor for Spanish soldiers during a yellow fever outbreak. The Spanish government approved and he left Dapitan on July 31, 1896. However, unknown to him, the Katipunan had already started the revolution. He was arrested again during the journey and brought back to Manila. This marked the end of his Dapitan exile and the beginning of his trial and eventual martyrdom. Rizal's legacy in Dapitan. Rizal's time in Dapitan left a lasting impact on the town and on the Filipino nation. He turned up to a place through his work in education, medicine, engineering, and science. Rizal lived his ideals. He became a role model of peaceful resistance, showing that you do not need violence to make a change. Today, his home in Dapitan stands as a shrine, a reminder of his service and sacrifices. Conclusion. Rizal's exile in Dapitan was a time of deep sacrifice, but also great achievement. Despite being far from the capital and stripped of political influence, he proved that he could still help his fellow men. He served as a teacher, doctor, builder, and scientist. His time in Dapitan teaches us that no matter where we are, we can make a difference if we have dedication, love for others, and a strong sense of purpose. So that's all for chapter 22. Thank you.